What's up, everybody? It is Moana week here on Thingamavlogs, and I've been pumped about this movie for so long that I can't even believe it's finally being released. I have to admit that my excitement about Moana has very little to do with the casting, or the music, or the artistry, and has most to do with the fact that Disney decided to do another movie about people of color. So that's what I want to talk to you about as briefly as possible today: why Moana is an important movie, and why you should see it immediately. Without delving into the issue too much, it's very plain to see that stories featuring white characters are way more common than stories featuring people of color. Other races and other cultures are disproportionately represented not only in Disney films but in media in general. Disney has done a great job in the past trying to include newer, more diverse characters in their movies and TV shows. Obviously, this includes Princess Jasmine, and Pocahontas, and Mulan, and Tiana, and even Princess Elena of Avalor on Disney Channel most recently. So when Disney announced that they would be doing a movie about the Pacific Islands and the Polynesian culture, I got really pumped. And I think we should all be pumped regardless of what race we are ourselves. Anytime that a story from a different perspective than our own is made, it is good for us. It teaches people, it enhances the variety of movies that are at our disposal. It is just generally a good thing for everyone. But the most important thing about it is that there's a group of people who will be validated by the existence of this movie. Of course, I'm excited about my personal movie-going experience. I get to see this beautiful movie that was made by many people who belong to the culture it represents. I will undoubtedly learn something about these people that I don't know much about currently. But above all of that, it is going to be immensely important and powerful for Pacific Islanders to see themselves represented on film, especially in a Disney movie, which is probably like the biggest kind of thing you could be featured in my opinion, at least. Like I said, cultural minorities get way fewer chances to be represented in movies and TV and media than white people. So for me and other white people, it's very normal for us to see ourselves represented on the big screen. We probably take it for granted. I know we take it for granted. But for people like Pacific Islanders, they rarely get to see themselves in movies. And so it is immeasurably important that they get their own Disney movie. A lot of people incorrectly think that kids don't really understand what they're seeing when they watch a Disney movie. They don't understand the subtext or the lessons or care what the people in the movie look like. A lot of people will say, well, why can't a little African-American girl relate to Elsa even though they don't have the skin color? Of course kids can relate to lots of characters who don't look like them. I relate to animal characters in Disney movies that obviously don't look like me. But there's something to be said about seeing someone who looks like you represented in such a big movie like Moana. It's validating, and that's really all you can say about it. It's validating, and validation is important, especially for kids. But Moana isn't just validating for Pacific Islander children. Adults who have waited their entire lives to see themselves represented in a Disney movie are now getting that, and I can't even imagine how gratifying that is for them. Like I said, we should all be really excited about this, because the more diverse stories that we have, the more accepting and tolerant the world will be. People also underestimate the power that Disney has to shape how people react to other people. Normalizing seeing different people from different races, ethnicities, and cultural backgrounds is important. It shouldn't be such a big deal for us to have a Pacific Islander as the lead of a movie. It is unusual, and that's sad, but this is the first step to having more stories from more cultures represented, not only in Disney movies, but in other movies, and in TV shows, and in the music industry, in everywhere. What a boring world it would be if we only told stories from the perspective of one group. So I am personally excited to see this culture represented on screen. I'm excited for the people who finally get to see themselves represented on screen. I'm excited that Disney continues to take steps forward to accurately represent different groups in their movies. With Moana specifically, they had a group of people from these places and these islands advising them throughout the entire process of the film, with story and design and the music, and the voice actors mostly are all Polynesian people, which is amazing. So I'm really proud of Disney. I'm proud to be a Disney fan with this movie coming out. Disney did, I think, this is me saying it without having seen the movie yet, a really good job doing this culture justice. It is important for us to support it, to show that yes, movies about minorities can make as much money. Yes, movies like this can be as popular as Frozen. So I encourage you all to see Moana, preferably in its opening weekend. I know I'm preaching to the choir here because you guys are probably all gonna see Moana even without seeing this video, but I just wanted to stress how excited you should be that this is happening, how proud you should be of Disney for doing what I see as their absolute best to accurately represent this culture. It's not a lighthearted video. This is a more thinky video than what we usually do on this channel, but I hope you liked it, and I hope it struck a chord with some of you, makes you think differently about the type of media you're consuming and why you should be excited when movies and TV shows and music is diverse. And let me know what you thought in the comments below, because I don't really do this a lot, but I really like talking about it, so I will more if you enjoy it. And have a great time seeing Moana this week. Seeing it literally in a couple hours of filming this video, and I'm pumped. And yeah, thanks guys. Bye.